Welcome everybody to our official first Feedback Friday. First off, I just want to say welcome to all of our first wave of full-time filmmakers. It's been so exciting for me to finally, see all of you diving into the content and just really enjoying it and finding it beneficial. It's been a lot of work for me to put this together, so it's satisfying and fulfilling to me to see you guys just eating it up and learning so much. So continue giving me feedback, guys. Continue telling me what you're learning and things you feel like are missing from the content. There are a few videos that I still plan on making already, like shooting time lapses and a few other things as well. So there will be content coming regularly the next few months and years to come. But if there are things that you're looking for that I'm not covering, either ask me questions or tell me what else you want to see in the content. And the reason I'm doing these Feedback Fridays, guys, is because when I was working with Devin Supertramp, I would do edits for him and I'd send it to him and he would give me feedback on things to change. And so I got to learn really well through that process of getting his feedback and seeing what he's looking for when editing videos. And I learned so much through that process. And so that's kind of what I hope to do with this, is help you guys get on a new level of thinking and understand what I look for. I mean, I've edited tens of thousands of hours of video, and I've learned a lot of things along the way. So hopefully you get to get inside my brain through these Feedback Fridays and see what I look for when putting videos together. So the first video we're going to look at here in our Feedback Friday numero uno is from our member Christopher U. Olsen. Hope I'm saying that right, Chris. So let's go ahead and dive in, start playing here. Okay, good. So first of all, Chris is shooting on a Nikon D750, I believe, is using a 14 to 28 millimeter lens on this. This looks like he's shooting at about 14 millimeter wide on this. And that's a great lens choice for an opening shot. Establishing shot, I love having my first shot either super tight so it creates mystery, or super wide so you get to see and establish the location right off the bat. So good choice of establishing shot here. I really like it. I think to begin with, I think we're seeing a little bit too much of the sidewalk here. Our subject is this ocean scenery, right? So I probably would have started this clip a little bit later, maybe about right here. I might have started this clip so I'm not getting so much sidewalk, and then I would have gone quicker into seeing the actual view of the ocean there. When editing these together, try and think, what is my subject? And maybe not spend so much time. I mean, you got about our first 4 seconds of the video is mostly sidewalk and railing. We're not seeing the view yet. And your first shot needs to be the most important shot. It needs to be your captivating shot that reels people in right away and they're like, oh, I can't wait to see what else this video has in store for me. So make sure you're putting your best foot forward right away, your best clips first, so people get engaged right away. This is a great shot, but I think the beginning of it isn't quite as engaging as the end here, so I'd probably try and get to this part of the image quicker. A nice parallax around the tree with a little sun flare coming through. I love that way to utilize the sun. Looks like we're on a longer lens here. Good shot of the birds. Now this is some good glide cam work here, guys. I really praise Chris's glide cam work throughout the video. I think he's done a great job learning how to use it. But I don't know if this scenery is really doing it for me. And don't be afraid, guys, to exclude shots out of your video. Just because you shot it, just because you shot it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to put it in the video. If you've shot, go ahead and shoot it anyway because you might want to use it. But once you get in the editing room, let's think about, is this something that's adding to the video, adding to the location, helping you feel emotion? It looks kind of dead, sagebrushy. Unless there's something really, important about this path, I don't know if I would include it. The next shot, however, I absolutely love. I think it's one of my favorite shots in the video. Notice the start of this shot he's going past these pillars on the left and right. So he's creating depth, guys. So video 3.1, I talk about creating depth. So these pillars on the left, far right and left, he's pushing past them, creating depth and making this, you know, feel more expansive in space. And look at the patterns in here. I mean, this is awesome patterns. You got the railings, you got all these windows. This is a very well composed shot. This is one of my favorites in the video because of the incredible composition. So be looking for patterns like this, guys. This adds so much, you know, just overall beauty to your image. So always be looking for times when you can push past things to create depth and patterns to make your images more interesting. Again, good glide cam work. Notice he pushes all the way through. Awesome job. And I want to point out the editing here. Awesome editing, Chris. As the music picks up and the beat picks up, watch how he picks up the pacing of his clips as well to the beat of the music. Love it. I'm feeling the beat. I'm feeling the beat because he's putting those clips to the beat and making me feel a part of the music and bringing out some emotion. And there you go. And there at the end, as the music transitions back to slow, you see him cut even quicker to get back to that different part of music. So great job cutting to music, Chris. Really brings that to life. Again, this is kind of a landscape shot, and you know, great glide cam work. He's pushing by this tree, creating depth over here on the left. Great job pushing past, creating depth. Always look for foreground, guys. Having foreground in your shot to push past will, one, make it more cinematic and dynamic, but it will also help create depth and movement to your image. Love this bridge shot. Bridge shots are awesome because you have, you know, the railings going by. That creates depth. It creates those leading lines going into the center of your image. And so glide camming shots on bridges like this are always awesome to add when you can, especially with those wide angle lenses. Some more sun flares. Ooh, baby. Look at these patterns. I'm loving this. Now, the only thing I'd say about this is we talk about not only filling the frame, but not filling the frame as well. So he's done a good job of filling the frame, you know, with these four pillars, and it's very symmetrical. But what about these guys over here? Now, you can't always control that because places are populated and there's people doing their thing. So it just becomes distracting. I still think this is a great shot, and sometimes you got to do what you can, and you can't force people to get out of your shot. So maybe this was the best window he had and the least amount of people he could get in the shot. And so this works, but yeah, if you can, try and get nobody in your shot unless it's intentional and you have somebody who you're blocking and you're telling them what to do in the shot to add a human face or human person to your shot. But if it's just, you know, tourists hanging out on the side, then it usually distracts rather than adding to the shot. Now, as a personal preference, I probably would have gone through these posts right here to add, you know, some more movement and depth to that image. I think it's always fun to push through, you know, tight spaces like that and have things wish by the camera. The move Chris chose to do was a tilt down, so he's moving forward and tilting down. I probably just would have moved forward a little bit quicker and pushed past those pillars. So that shot was 7 seconds long, and this shot here is about 126. I love this shot, by the way. I love the foreground. He's pushing past this rock, using it as foreground. But that shot was 9 seconds long. Unless there's a very specific reason why you'd put a shot in that long in the video, I don't think you should. In this case, you're seeing the same thing. There's no change in scenery, no change in action. You're just seeing, you know, the waves whoosh by as you're gliding across the rock. And so I probably would have cut this clip in half, maybe only, you know, 5 or 6 seconds rather than 9. I think it was just a tad long, dragged out, and I think we could have gone without seeing the last few seconds there. Also notice his horizon up here. This is good framing. Look how his horizon is level across the screen, and he keeps it level up until the very end. So watch this. Good horizon, good clean, smooth glide camming. And then right about here, about 6 seconds into the shot, you'll notice that the horizon starts to sway. So you see how it shifts right there. So what I would have done, Chris, is I would have cut right before that sway. You know, I do that too. I'm not a perfect glide camera on every shot. Sometimes the wind picks up and it knocks you off balance. So, you know, cut right before you start shifting, and it makes you as a glide camera look better, and it makes your composition look better if you can cut well. People don't realize that I'm not a perfect glide camera, but I can cut well, and I'll put my best foot forward and put my best footage in the video, so you don't see all the bad takes and, you know, all the horizon shifting in my clips. So I would have cut right there, made this clip 5 or 6 seconds rather than 9, and taken out this shift in the horizon. Again, he's editing to the beat of the music, picks up the beat. And this is a good change of pace because he's been a lot of scenery outdoors, and now he's doing some breakdancing. So this kind of keeps the audience engaged, and they don't get bored after a while thinking, okay, same old scenery, blah, 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 you know. So throwing in something like this is like, oh, something new, some breakdancing. So that helps kind of mix up your video. In this specific case, guys, we're talking about, you know, a travel adventure type video when you're exploring a new place or new country or whatever it be. Throwing in different elements, so it's not all nature, but throwing in some people interaction and you know, some fun action within that nature style video can help engage that audience better. Now there's a part coming up here that I want to talk about with speed ramping. So speed ramping is when you go from normal speed to slow motion and then back to normal speed. And so you'll notice here, he's filming at 24 frames per second, and this clip was filmed at 60 frames per second, and he had it playing at normal speed, and then he slowed it down to slow motion right there, and then back to normal speed. Now he did it to the music, so as the music stopped, you see that he slowed the clip down. Now what I would have done differently here, Chris, is notice where the music stops in comparison to where he slows the clip down. He slows the clip down about a second after the music slows down. So I would have tried to hit that right in the beat. So right as the music slows down, I'll slow the clip down as well. So let me show you what I mean. I would have slowed the clip down right here. Right on that hit, right as the music slows down, I would have slowed him down as well. And so I think it was just a little bit late slowing him down. It didn't quite match the music. I think it would have helped you feel that that song a little bit better. But I think he exits really well. So he speeds the clip back up as the music speeds up. So a good job exiting that speed ramp and speeding it back up on the music. I just think it was a little bit off on the timing as we were going to slow motion. Again, good use of the sun flare behind that tree. Now this shot's a little bit underexposed for me. Shooting into the sun can be tricky sometimes. Don't be afraid, guys, to overexpose. If you're going for the sunset, if all you're showing off is a sunset, then yeah, you're going to kind of crush the rest of the image and allow those colors to pop out. But in this case, look how much of the frame is being filled with the sky. So our subject is not the sky, so I don't think we should be exposing for that sky. Instead, we should be exposing for what is 90% of the frame, which is this, all these rocks over here, the shore. So I would have exposed for this and brought this up a little bit so we could have seen better what is over here. But if you were going for just the sunset, then I would have framed this so that we had a lot more sky in the image rather than showing all of this in the dark. Good smooth glide camming though. Great job, Chris. And this one I'm okay with. We're really dark over here, we can't really see, but we have a lot more sky this time. We have the silhouettes of the palm trees, but this is a better example of showing more of the sky if you're focusing on the sunset. Awesome ending shot. Great job, Chris. And then I would have cut about right there. So I would have cut this at about 229. You extend out 5 more seconds, and again, your horizon starts to shift just a little bit. So cut with intention, cut with purpose. Make sure you're only putting your best foot forward, and with those best clips, make sure you're only putting the best parts of the clips as well. Overall, great job, Chris. Really well put together, especially given the fact that there wasn't a lot of pre-production time. You're just kind of going out and shooting. So there you guys have it for our first round of Feedback Fridays. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if this helped you guys, if you learned some things from it. Feel free to comment and let Chris know what you guys think he did well. And hopefully I can spotlight all of you over time, and so we can all help each other learn and grow and build this community of growing filmmakers. Guys, I'm so excited to get to know every single one of you and see the progression as you guys grow as filmmakers. Keep working hard, guys. Keep creating content. Let me know if there's anything in the coursework or anything about the program in general you guys have tips about. This is new for me. We just gotten this started. You guys are the first wave of full-time filmmakers, so it's going to be exciting to learn and grow with you guys and make this program as good as it can possibly be. So I'll see you guys next week, and I'll be answering as many questions as I can in the community along the way. For those who want glide cams, those are on the way. I just sent in the order to glide cam. We got 5 shipping out today and tomorrow, and there's a couple that might be coming a little bit later because they're international. So that's all I got for you guys now. If you have any other questions, please let me know.